Good morning, Monday morning. We are here with our LEAP Community Member Monday Spotlight, and I have the pleasure of talking with Stephanie Schaffroth this morning. She is always just so full of energy, and what a great way to start our Monday morning with somebody that's just a bundle of energy. So, Stephanie, introduce yourself to our listeners and those that may be watching later about who you are and what you get to do for a living.
Thank you for the chance. My name's Stephanie Schaffroth, and I've been a part of the LEAP community for a long time. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. Just teasing. No, I love this platform, and I'm so thankful. So I own a farmers insurance agency in Phoenix, Arizona, and March 1st, this weekend, will be my 21st year doing it, which is pretty cool.
Wow. Congratulations. That's big.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I'm excited. And I have a great team, and I believe in the power of community and the power of synergy, especially when it comes to female entrepreneurs. So this is one of my favorite places to be, to learn and to share.
Wonderful, wonderful. I love that you're a LEAP community member and have been for years. That's how I first met you.
Yeah.
And then now that I've taken over LEAP, I'm just so excited that you're still a part of the community because you do bring such wonderful energy, which I love.
Thank you.
So other than celebrating 21 years in your business, that's amazing doing what you're doing for 21 years. Wow.
It's so crazy. You know, I always say, I use the Botox and the whiskey, whichever one the day requires to like make everything okay.
Yes.
But,
yes.
Yeah. So it's so cool because, you know, as whether it's real estate or any industry has over the last 20 years, man, has just pivoted, but insurance remains steady, and I'm not going to change, which is why I like the industry, because we're always there. You know what I mean? We're always helping, you know, how we meet people and how we rate, you know, for different insurance prices behind the scenes might have changed, but the fact of meeting the customer, figuring out what they need, and trying to figure out the best solution and the lowest price option has not changed, which is perfect for me. So it's been, and it's industry proof. So I've really been thankful, you know, from the 2008 housing crisis to the, you know, the pandemic, insurance industry as a whole was there to continue to help people and not go away. And I'm super thankful for it.
Yes, yes. That's so interesting. When you have decades in a, you know, not to age you or anything.
Yeah, no, I'm 29, so it's totally fine.
It's so interesting to look back and see the changes, right? I was a travel agent back in the day before the internet, right? So you had to print out the tickets and you know, sometimes overnight was like a big deal if you have everything instantly, right? So, but what kind of changes, even in the technology that you use, what kind of changes have you seen in the last 20 years?
Holy cow. The changes have been, I think for the better, for sure. You know, you know, as an agent, I always like to meet with my customers in person initially to try and meet with them. But as you know, it just doesn't become viable. So we do a lot of Zooms and in person with people like to meet. And then for my commercial customers, I always love to be in person if possible, but if not, we'll do a Zoom just because, you know, when you review stuff over online, or a lot of people purchase their insurance over the internet, you just assume you know what you're getting, but it's the power of having someone talk. So over the 20 years, that has not changed, because that's it. You know, a 4-minute or 5-minute kind of overview is all you need to make sure, you know, versus the guessing and hoping after a claim that you have the coverages in the right spot. I think insurance has been more scientific and more specific in how they rate, you know, between carriers, whether it's Farmers, Allstate, Progressive, you name it. And so that's been kind of interesting to watch how the pricing models have changed. And I think they're still figuring it out. But, you know, you just have to go with the punches and then, you know, trying to add value when you can.
Yes, yes. And so insurance is one of those things, you know, it's kind of like people assume it's a necessary evil, right? Totally. We don't like to pay for it, but we like to have it just in case, right? So, So how do you help people kind of get over that hump of maybe they show up a little grumpy? It's like, oh, I have to buy this, right? I'm being forced to buy it versus here's how it's going to benefit you, right? And we hope we never have to use it, right? So it's one of those things we pay for. We hope we never have to use it, but if we do, we want to make sure we're covered. Right?
Well, yeah, I think
that conversation.
Exactly. I think it'd be weird if someone was pumped to buy insurance. Then I always look at them like with a different, I'm like, you want to do this? What the heck? No. So I always go in the assumption of no one wants to, for crying out loud, you know, but it's the one policy that will always be there, especially when it comes to life insurance, when you need it the most. And, I have unfortunately or fortunately been able to help a lot of people through a claim, whether it's auto, home, commercial, or life insurance. And so to see the value added when the coverage is there, helping them through their worst day or worst week, has been nothing but, rewarding for me, and when things don't go the right way, to be able to be the person to walk them through and how to navigate, things that aren't covered that should have been, or just aren't covered based on the policy nature of how it works, and walking them through it. I think that's what people appreciate. That's what I appreciate.
Nice. I love that. I love that. And that's why having a good insurance agent, somebody that is a real person that you can meet with if you are in the Arizona area, right?
Yes.
Or meet with over Zoom.
Yes.
But having that person that you can call versus an 800 number that you can call, and some people 800 numbers work fine. But if you really have something going on with your policy that you need to file a claim for, having that individual person that knows you, that knows the policy that they wrote for you, it can be such a game changer.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times people assume having agents makes the policy more expensive, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? Farmers pays us, not their insurance premium. So it doesn't work that way. So, you might be paying the same for having an agent with all this experience to having an 800 number, and you'll never talk to the same person twice. So it's always, but some people prefer that, and I get that. So I always say, whether it's me or someone else, just have a real actual person, just do a quick little run for you. And my motto is, if I can help you, great. If I can't help you, I won't hurt you. That's my promise. But just give you a little feedback, to have better coverage. It's just like Costco. More you buy, less it is. Just some tricks. If you stay with the carrier app, that's fine with me. Just make sure you're okay.
Yes. And I think that's good, because people, especially if they've had the same carrier for a long time, and they don't have somebody that's out there looking at them, maybe things have shifted in their lives and they haven't realized that would affect their claims, right? Or their policies. So what are some things that people kind of forget to update on their insurance unless they have an agent?
Perfect question. I think a lot of times when something fun happens at the household, most people don't say, I can't wait to tell my agent about this. You know what I mean? Like we're usually the last on the phone tree.
Yeah.
So, it's like big, cool stuff, new home, obviously that's a given, new car, new updates, a change of a job, a loss of a job. There's some companies that, in professions that actually add discounts to insurance policies, regardless of the carrier. So, any upgrades, I think if you would do yourself a service to just do a temperature check, is what I call it, at least every other year, just to say, hey, here's kind of milestones. What do I have? Do I have what I need? And let that insurance professional let you know.
Nice. And then there's, insurance is in the news a lot recently because of all of the California wildfires and all of the, hurricanes and climate change and the weather that's affecting everybody's insurance, right? And so how do you help people kind of navigate that landscape?
Man, Mother Nature's feisty. She's not. She's had it. I tell you what, she has had it. And so what it is, insurance is just a reflective of what's happening in the marketplace. So that goes with prices, but also with carriers. So for example, in the California fires, it's a little different than, say, an example, what we have in Colorado or Arizona, where, insurance companies have stipulations of how things are going to work. So insurance companies are kind of always changing, based on that information. So what's happened in California will end up, of course, impacting other states. So it's always worth saying, hey, do I know what my deductible is, and am I comfortable with it? Do I have one policy to cover all the types of losses? Or do I live in a state where, man, I need a policy that covers most of the stuff? And say in California, you need a separate policy that covers wind and fire, or whatever the case may be. So just do a quick little, look and see what you have. And especially when it comes to autos as well, you might have started at one level, 10 years ago when you started the policy, but you have more to lose. And so, because, it doesn't take a dramatic accident to be expensive anymore. I just had a guy on Friday, he got hit in the high school parking lot, which happens all the time. Maybe a 2-mile-an-hour accident. He got an estimate over the weekend, $3,500 for a bumper. And there's four dots on it from the guy's car. But That's enough
Yeah.
to wipe out a lot of family savings. So you want to make sure that your policy is enough, whether heaven forbid you're at fault or fault free to take care. And again, it's a couple minute review and it's not that expensive comparatively.
Yeah. Again, the power of having a great agent on your side that can help you when you have those little fender benders or you have something catastrophic, God forbid, but those things happen. And
Totally.
so it's great to know the person that you're going to be talking to. So,
Yeah.
wonderful. I appreciate you sharing that information. And I want
Yeah.
to make sure I am going to put your,
Thank you.
I'm going to
The
try.
only other,
There you go.
that's
Your
so cool.
website on the
I always
bottom.
feel famous when I see that.
I
That's so
know.
literally I have arrived. Like I'm on a Monday and I'm famous. Like this is happening. Right?
Yes, start your Monday as a rock star. I love it.
I was gonna wear a tiara, but I wasn't sure on the lighting.
Yeah.
Now I know I could have worn it. But the other thing I always like to pipe up on is life insurance, because this to me is one of the most important things to protect people than their things. You have to have your own policy outside of work. Just know it, because what you have at work is gravy. It's close to free, if not free. But your family and your business, if you own a business, count on you to do that. It's not that expensive. There's a million policies out there, some that pay you while you're living, some that pay you when you pass away. But you have to have your own policy. So it is one of the most important things. I would rather have you go without a pizza once a month and get your family life insurance, because that is literally will make or break someone's families. And it's just the neatest thing when you see it in place, and to see what happens. It's great. It's opposite when it doesn't. So get life insurance. There's something for everyone. It's not that expensive, and it really makes a difference.
Nice. Great advice. And then you also are celebrating being able to help entrepreneurs, because we work with women entrepreneurs, or that's what the LEAP community is full of, right? So how do you help women entrepreneurs with their insurance needs?
Thank you for the question, because I think a lot of times, especially when you're a solo entrepreneur, you left corporate America and you're on your own, you're going a million miles an hour trying to establish everything. And you think, I'm too small enough to need commercial insurance, or I don't know if I need that with my type of business. There's very few people who don't not need insurance. And the nice thing is, regardless of the state, I'm happy to brainstorm with you, whether it's general liability or professional liability or workers' comp, you name it. But I think it's trying to protect what you're, turning your whole family and your focus to, of building this new thing. Make sure it's protected, because it just takes one client and one claim to change it. And then you have the insurance policy in force. It's kind of like a set it and forget it. You don't have to worry about it, and continue building your business. It's pretty cool.
Yes, I love that, Stephanie. Okay, great. So if somebody is hearing you and loves your energy and wants to say, hey, I want Stephanie for my insurance agent.
Yes.
Are you able to work with people outside of Arizona, or do they need to be in the state of Arizona?
Thanks. There are a couple for life insurance I can do outside of Arizona. For commercial insurance, I can, depending, but if not, I'm regardless of the state you live in, I'd love to do a review. And then I thankfully have a quite extensive network across the country of agents to, handhold and put you through the best person based on your needs. So I'm happy to, add value any way I can.
Wonderful. We will have Stephanie's contact information in the show notes. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. Just your LinkedIn, your website, your phone number, so that you have all of that information with Stephanie. If I can type and talk. Here we go. There we go.
Schaffroth. It's such a tongue twister. I tell you what.
I know.
There's 4 F's, 1 Z, and then the W right in between.
I love it. Okay, so we're going to wrap up as we come to our 15-minute segment today with a few get to know you questions.
Thanks.
So let's see. Do you have a favorite quote or mantra?
My mantra is do what you say you're going to do. I think that applies whether you're a kid or you're a grown up. So I say it all the time.
Nice. Love that. What's your dream vacation destination?
Ooh, I've always wanted to go to Iceland. I want to sit in it. I don't like being cold, but I want to go and I want to sit in that hot tub in the middle of the night where you see it online all the time. I want to check it out.
Yes, we did that about 3 years ago.
No
it was
way.
Amazing. But the Blue Lagoon is shut down right now because lava flows. Lava has consumed their parking lot right now. So
that's something you don't hear every day.
I know.
You're like, oh, yeah, it was No, the lava flows. That's that's normal to hear. But no,
Yes.
good. I'll ask you about it next. I'll wait now and then I'll ask you next year.
Yes, yes. Good, good. If you could master any new skill instantly, what would it be?
I want to speak Spanish. I'm not good at it. I know Asta Granza is insurance, but other than that, it's pretty painful for all parties.
Okay, okay. Nice. Nice. I love it. I would love to learn another language instantly too. Be able to
it'd be cool.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, well, thank you again, Stephanie, for being a member of the LEAP community, and thank you for all the work that you do and the energy you bring.
Oh, you do a great job, Mary. You really do. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. And to all of our listeners and watchers out there, please, please, please reach out to Stephanie if you have any questions about insurance. Again, if she can't help you, she'll get you to somebody who can. Yes. And you just want somebody like Stephanie on your side just to make sure you're covered in case of any of those emergencies. So thank you for being here, and we will see you.
Thanks for helping me feel famous. Yeah, I'm gonna walk into the office and my head's the girls are gonna have to smush my head so I can get in the door. I'm like, I should curl my hair. Watch out, world. This is it. Level 10 day coming at us.
I love it. Rock star for the day. What a way to start Monday. Awesome. Right. Okay. Have a great Monday.
You too. Bye.